So I've been wanting to do this video for a long time. I just never got around to it. But I think I'm going to keep it short, simple, and to the point. This video is going to cover the basics of working with your local spirits that are in your area. You don't need to conjure anything or summon anything. This is purely what is around you and how to work with them, how to connect with them, and basically just get in touch with what's around you. What are spirits? By definition, spirits is spiritus, which is breath, to breathe. But in the metaphysical world, spirits is normally understood as something that's immaterial, something that's invisible. You can't see it. You can't, it's like a ghost, basically. But there's different types of spirits. I'll get into that later. But for right now, spirits is to breathe. It is breath. Anything that is alive has a breath, therefore has a spirit. Personally, I consider spirits as just energy. Energies that are here, energies that are just around, energies that are in your area locally, even spirits that could be in your house. It's not all bad. But sometimes I think if you are aware of what to expect, it'll be better to understand what's going on around you and how to work with it to your benefit. If there is an area that is local to you, that is in nature, or it has lots of wildlife in that area, I would suggest you start there. This area is swarming with different types of energies and getting to know the area. So I think that'll be the first step. Learn your area, guys. Simple things like if you are by the woods, if you live close to the woods or anywhere in a foresty area, there you can try and get to know the wildlife, get to know the plants, get to know the area's history. Start there. What do I mean by learning the history? So let's say you are in an area that has different wildlife in it. You would want to learn what kind there is. So what kind of birds, what kind of insects, what kind of plant species there are around that area. You want to learn the soil, what kind of soil there is. You would want to learn the weather conditions, look at patterns, go to the weather. I know this sounds like a lot, but this will give you an idea of how things operate in that particular area. So when you're done learning about the area, it doesn't have to be so in depth where, just learn the area. If there's, especially plant life, there could be thousands of different types of plant life there. But I suggest you get a notebook or get a way to record what you find. There are actually apps that you can download to help you identify certain plants, certain flowers, certain herbs, all of that good stuff, okay? I suggest you download those. It'll give you so much information and it's just beneficial to you. When you start learning about the plant life, about the animals that live in that area, you can get an idea of what kind of energies you are working with. For example, if you find a plant and you look it up, you get the gist of the beneficial properties, the medicinal properties, all of that good stuff. You get a better idea of how it operates metaphysically. So if something is good for colds, you would want to put that, if you can digest it, you would want to put that into your teas, your tinctures, etc. You're learning about what's around you gives you a better chance of learning how to work with it. When you are comfortable with how much you know about the area, then you can start taking the steps to working with it. Now, this is, again, there's many people's beliefs and different types of techniques they use, but this is me and personally, and this is what I use. So with that being said, you would want to learn about the area. Then if you choose to work with that area and those types of energies, you would want to start leaving offerings. Now, these offerings are not just a way to pay them, it's to establish a connection to them. So learning and giving connects you to the life around that area. You need to connect. So sitting in an area for, especially one that you're drawn to, you don't know why, you're just drawn to that particular area. If you want to do that, you sit. Sitting is connecting. Learning is connecting. Understanding how something works connects you to it. So again, this is how I do it, and I feel like this is most efficient. Me personally, I wouldn't want to learn something and use this for this, but I don't know why. I personally don't operate that way. So these are just my tips on how you can connect and how I connect. And hopefully you'll gain something from it. When you are comfortable, when you've learned about the area, when you've sat down and just listened using your senses, you're feeling the soil, you're feeling things around you. This is over a period of time. You're not going to accomplish, this in a day. You're not going to do that. But start there. And I guarantee you, I promise you, that you'll start seeing a lot of changes, okay? Just by connecting with your body, with your mind, learning about the area, you will connect to it. Then there's the offerings. The offerings actually connect you even more. You're establishing a connection with what's around you. Now, what kind of offerings you leave depends on the area that you're in. Personally, the basic of basic is leave biodegradable offerings and containers that you may place them in. Make sure they're biodegradable. It's kind of rude to leave something that could be harmful to the environment while you're trying to connect to the environment. It doesn't make sense, right? So I highly recommend that when you leave offerings, leave them in biodegradable containers, or make sure the ingredients is safe to put in that environment. That's just, that's basic. That's the basic gist of that as far as offering and what kind of offering. Also, on my Patreon, I am going to be talking about different types of offerings you can leave in different environments, and every single environment you can leave the same things, kind of, sort of. But again, it depends on what is around you. So for example, if you're on a beach, you live near a beach or you go there frequently, and you want to leave something for the water spirits that are in there, and the actual land, because there's land and then the ocean. So you would want to leave both, you want to leave a little something for both areas, for both realms, okay? You want to leave something for both of them. You wouldn't use plastic. I also forgot to mention, if you don't live in an area where nature is easily available to you, so like I grew up in New York, in the city, so I didn't really have ways to get to nature very quickly. So if you live in like the city or an industrial area, you can still do these things. You can still connect to things. It'll just be planting. If you have an area where you can plant stuff, herbs, you can still learn about the area, even the history of the area, if you don't physically see it. You can still connect and you can still enjoy those benefits. So plant things, you can buy plants, take care of them, talk to them. Yes, talk to them. They hear you. Basically, just if you can't go into nature, bring nature into your home. Bring it as much as you can. Natural products even. Now, I'm not saying to completely change your household dynamic, but if you want to connect to nature, you have to connect. And buying plants, buying herbs, growing plants. If you have a balcony, you can still utilize that space for your plants. You can still do certain things. So don't think that you can't do anything if you live in industrial. You can. It's just a little different.